in today's video, I want to take you on a little trip. I want to take you on a journey to a place that has inspired me to start a new venture, start a business, become an entrepreneur. I'm sure this place has inspired many, like thousands of people, some of the greatest minds in Silicon Valley. Let's go. We're gonna have like a little brief road trip snack. We got the venti pumpkin cream cold brew, and my God, have they put a lot of cinnamon in it. Not good. Need some sustenance. I would eat this while I'm driving, but you know, today I got a lot of multitasking anyway. In 2017, I packed up my bags, put them all in my car, and drove out to California. Up until that point, I lived in a small town called Levittown, Pennsylvania. And I haven't really experienced a big city and all the hustle and bustle that it brings along with it. Now I moved to Sacramento, California. It seemed like a reasonable choice, and at that time, I didn't really have anything going on in my life. I had just only graduated high school, and I didn't have a direction in life. Now, most people would go to college or some kind of university, start out in some kind of endeavor. Now, me, I didn't do that. Now, the reason I brought you guys here is because this is the first place, this is the first city that really inspired me to become more than what I am. Now, when I came here, I saw hustle and bustle. I saw entrepreneurship. I saw such an energy towards creativity, money, and just moving the world that we live in forward. And I really wanted to be a part of that. I feel that in essence, We're all entrepreneurs. However, through whatever trials we go through in life, we don't always end up in that path. Now, since 2017, I've moved to Philly. I came back, and 6 years have gone by. In those 6 years, I've worked retail jobs. I've worked at dealerships. I worked in different fields. And 14 jobs later, I come back to the same feeling that I felt back then. And that is, I need to be an entrepreneur. I need to have something that I create, a purpose that I fulfill, that serves a greater good, and not just serving a corporation or someone else's vision. I feel we are all, in essence, to our true self, meant to create something that is worthy of a greater purpose. Now, this city just radiates this kind of energy. It gives you a sense of creation. There's a lot of resources to bring your vision into fruition. So I want to make this video as kind of a first stepping stone into the direction of making my own company. I've long worked in the automotive industry, and I feel like I really found out what I want to bring into it, how I want to evolve it. And I want to take you guys along with me on this journey to show you how I can create my vision, and I want to show you guys that you can create yours as well from scratch, not having any college degree, any skill set from the onset. Everything will be built on a foundation from the ground up, and it's doable. There are so many resources out there, so many B2B businesses that literally every part of your business or entrepreneurial endeavor really can just be put together like Lego bricks. Ooh, there's a lizard. Look at that. Look at that. We got a cool little lizard. Now, just like many of you guys, I have been on the journey of trying to find that side hustle, trying to find that business idea that will take me to the next level, take me to the next income level, and really make my life a lot better than it is right now. But if it's not really resonating with you, if it's not aligned with your values and, something that you love, something that you find passion in, then you'll quickly give up on it. If anything, it will be a waste of time, because a lot of times when you do give up, it's not at the point of failure, but rather somewhere in the beginning. And I've gone through these trials a lot. I've started something, and then after taking the initial steps, just stop it. And that is such a time killer, disincentivizer, and just overall bad feeling that kind of leaves you drained. You haven't really created anything, and yet you lost your creative fulfillment. So when you do take a leap of faith in trying to leave the 9-to-5 world, you need to take a leap of faith in the direction that is aligned with you. Find something that you're passionate about to work in. Now, having lost myself and finding myself anew since then, I've come back to this place. I feel it is wise to take a leap of faith. I'm not saying that you should give up your job, leave whatever you're doing right now, and run off, start some kind of business. That's not how life works. It's not that easy. Most people sell you a dream and tell you, oh, go start this, go start that. Passive income, all these buzzwords that don't really get you anywhere. If anything, they get you excited for starting something, but not really how to fulfill on that promise. You know, we get excited nowadays and in this quick, get rich quick kind of scheme that everyone is trying to sell you on. And if anything, they're selling you and they're making money off of you, not what they're portraying to you that you'll make money on. It's just not how it works. And a lot of these get rich quick schemes are so saturated and just beaten to death. Like, I find it kind of parasitic. These are parasitic services that people create. They have no intrinsic value or purpose. They just feed off the consumer economy, not really bringing any value to anyone. And I feel that, you know, if you have a vision for a business or a product or some kind of service, it should serve a purpose that brings a value to the end user or consumer. It should really serve the people, not just serve yourself from profits or fame or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, we're all one. We rely on each other. We depend on each other. And why would you make the world worse than it is just by feeding off of it? Don't do that. You'll know that it's wrong. You'll feel it. And I feel that success will come sooner when you bring value rather than not creating anything relatively novel at all and just feeding off of it. But it's easy for me to say, oh, just start something, just make something, create something, find purpose in something. What is that something? And for each person, that's different, because everyone has their own perspective in life. Everyone has their own abilities, skill sets, their own level of education, their level of income, where they are located at. And that really kind of paints the picture of possibilities for each individual case. Now, for each person, it's up to them. It's up to them to find that magical balance between all of those things and see what their opportunities are. What are their options and what they can do? Not everyone can just start a business, a side hustle, or an LLC or something like that just out the get. It all starts with taking a step in that direction. Slowly but surely, you will climb the stairs of your vision and find yourself picking up momentum, kind of like a flywheel. And all that begins essentially with interest. Finding something that interests you and exploring it, going deeper into it, trying things. But for me, all this really started one day when I went to Barnes & Noble. I got myself a caramel frappuccino, and I just started browsing books. I went into the business section thinking, oh, what kind of book am I going to get? Am I going to get a business book? Am I going to get a book on programming or something else? Because at that time, I'm like, I got to do something. I don't want to work for anyone. And that's not how things work. Most of the time, you need to work for someone for a long time before you're able to just start something on your own, as is the case here. A lot of these journeys start out with self-discovery, kind of resetting yourself to where you're not controlled by your habits. You're not just taking in the casual programs from other people, and you start really critical thinking. Like, what am I doing with my life? Is what I'm doing aligned with the vision that I have for myself? Do I have a vision for myself? Do I have goals? And oftentimes, people are just going through it blindly. I've been that myself. Even at times where I thought I had it figured out, I lost myself again. And that's how I find myself here. Having found myself again, I need to start from this square again. Start the journey. Take my first step. Now in the next video, I'm going to talk about the vision. What vision do you have? How do you expand on it? How do you sort of build from the vision, build backwards to all the steps that you need to take to get there? And that's what we're going to cover next. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It's a beautiful place out here. And if anything, being out here, just being, it inspires. It adds, it makes you creative, honestly. It starts really building inspiration and creativity in your mind. And that's honestly all you really need. If you stick with it long enough, you'll get there. Anyways, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. And just take all this in.